Hey everyone, welcome back to Fiscal Voyage and Felix, and we're gonna do another update on the Bitcoin price action, which looks pretty promising today. First off, the Bitcoin long-term power law. We can see here it kind of respected it for entire history of Bitcoin. However, if we zoom in here, we can see that it actually broke the support, the red line support, but it actually, as you can see here, it did a peekaboo, which I mentioned on the last video. It might be a peekaboo, and we're now at a little over 61,000, and so that looks very promising. But overall, this is a great, it's been a great long-term uh, thing to look at to know when to really load up on Bitcoin. You can see here in 2022, 2023, it got near it, and there was a great buying opportunity over here, as well as the COVID, and then in 2019 as well as got near it and a great buying opportunity. So that's the power law. So another thing I want to look at is the realized price on Bitcoin. You can see here the realized price is at 53, and throughout the history, it's gone under that realized price. Doesn't necessarily mean that's gonna get under it this time around again, but every bear market is basically been under it as well. 2022, 2023 here has gone under it. In the COVID, 2019 got under it, but it slightly got under it here during COVID. I don't know, yeah, right there, it got under it, little peekaboo. So we may or may not get under it, and if it does get under it, it'd probably be around the $50,000 area. I don't think it's going to get under it, and I'll tell you why shortly with the price chart right now. But 53 looks to be the floor here around there, or 50 grand. But it looks like Bitcoin could possibly be turning around. I'll show you why exactly. So before in the video, what I like to do is put the body. We look at the monthly here. I put body like these lines here, which is the resistance support area, and then here as well there's one right here, which I didn't have in the last video, but I noticed something in the last day of trades, or yesterday. If we go to yesterday here, you can see this is that right there, and then look what it did. It bounced right there. It did a new low. You see, this was June 5th. Well, first off, we had February 6th low, and then we had a few months a little higher, and then we dropped back, create a new low here on June 5th, a little bounce, and then a new low here on June 25th, and then a new little low on July 1st. And this red line is basically, if we go back, this on the monthly, that red line is this here. You can see here how it this right here is this right there, and you can see how it basically respected it very strongly. We have a nice bounce, so let me remove that. We have a nice bounce right there, and we're showing this time period in 15 minutes. You can see here we had a flush. Let me delete that. We had a flush here, right there, flush, boom. Buyer stepped in and we took it up, and now we're over the 15-minute 200 moving average there. As you can see here, it was resistance. Now it becomes support. So that's very promising. And then now, as you can see here, we had this line, which if we go back, which is this line here on the higher part on the monthly here, that the one I had originally, being respected. If we go back to the 15 here, you can see how it's been respected here. We get respected here, right there, respected there, and respected here, and then it breaks and gets respected here, and then we have a peekaboo, and then but it gets reclaimed. So hopefully what I'm wanting, and you can see here we have a nice kind of like a buy setup here on the 15 to take it up and maybe put a recent new high or get over $62,200. So that looks very promising. But what I want to see here first is get this on the daily. If we go back here on the daily, uh, we need to get over the, let's delete that, get over the 21 EMA on the daily. We need to get over that. We need a solid close here, maybe the next day or two, since it's the market's closed, even though Bitcoin is 24/7, but it tends to not move as much on the weekends. But if we could, consolidate a little bit here and then break and close above the 21 EMA, that looks very promising up to the 50 EMA on the daily chart, which is the $70,000 area. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and see what happens here. So it might consolidate here for a few days. This comes down and it coincides with this recent resistance, which was support here. You can see how it was support, and now becomes resistance into the 50 moving average to then bring it maybe lower, and then hopefully the buyer steps back up and then takes this higher. But this looks very promising with a strong support. Use a strong bounce here on with that support, so I like that a lot. And if we go to the weekly chart, like a big fan of the weekly, and we have this MACD here. You can see here how this coincides here with a buy. This would have been a good buying opportunity. You buy it, and then you could. But if we go back, you see how we have this green here, and then now it's turned red. We had the same thing in 2022 to 2023. Or August 2022. You can see how it was green here. Let me mark it here. You can see how it was green here, and then it turned red here, and then back to green. The only difference from here and here is that we weren't near the 200 weekly moving average. This green is basically right up here, and then we had the 50 moving average act as resistance, then drop it down to the 50 moving average, the 200 moving average, which then turned it red around here in this chart, this bar here, and then it took it down, and then look, we got a green, and then we go further back, kind of the same thing here in 2019. You can see here we got the green here, and then red, and then green. So we got a green here, but look where it was. It was nowhere near the 200. It got hit the 50 moving average on the weekly, consolidated, and then dropped to the 200. It turned red, and then it turned green. But this time around, as you can see, we're at the 200 moving average on the weekly. It turned red, so we could possibly see maybe a green here, and that should get us going into the to a bull market to then get over this pivot here on around 82 and get over this weekly moving average around 90. Obviously, this is going to take time, and this gets lower and lower and lower and consolidates around here. So that's what I'm looking here, consolidations. Maybe go higher then lower, higher and lower, but I don't think it's going to break this right here because of that strong support area, which is the 61,400 area. So not 61,400, it is 57,800. So I don't think it's gonna break that, and it's just gonna fumble around here because we have the power law, we have the 2 weeks weekly 200 moving average, we got the monthly moving average. So all that confluence getting together, confirming that this could be possibly the low. So we'll see what happens in the next month or two. But this looks very promising. Again, I'm just doing costs averaging at this level right now. Every paycheck I get, I buy more Bitcoin. So make sure you guys study as well. Study Bitcoin. Why is it important? I personally knew about Bitcoin a while back, but I never understood it till recently. And now I'm a strong believer of Bitcoin, and you need to ask why. What convinced me? What is it that I know that you don't know? So make sure to ask questions. What is Bitcoin? Why is it important? Why is it relevant? Why people are spending billions of dollars into it? Why are there, if you look up different countries are accumulating Bitcoin, why are they buying Bitcoin? Understand it and study it. Study it, and study money. And you'll understand why Bitcoin is so important. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button as well. And leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Do you think that's the low, or is it gonna go lower? A lot of people are saying 45, 40,000. Who knows? But I think it's possibly the low, and we'll see. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.